Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day everyone. My name is Natasya Miranda Gihar and now I would like to present my technology integration lesson plan. So the material that I will try to teach is about advertisement. So the students that I will be teach is the 10th grade senior high school students, and the skills that will be practiced is about reading skills, writing skills, listening skills, and also speaking skills. And for the duration of the lesson is about 60 minutes. In this lesson, I would like to get the students to know about the concept and the structure of the advertisement, and I want them to analyze the sample of advertisement that I gave to them, and then I want them to work in groups to create their own advertisement poster using digital tools, and then finally I want them to present their poster their poster and vote for the best group. Alright, for the learning objectives, by the end of the lesson, I want the students will be able to identify the structure and language features of advertisement text. So, I want them to recognize the typical structure of advertisement text that including headline, body, and call to action. Whether the call to action is to encourage the audience to act, such as order now or visit us today. And then I want them to identify language features commonly used in advertisement text, such as adjectives. In advertisement, they usually use like amazing, delicious, affordable, and then for the language features in advertisement, they also have imperative verbs. For example, try it now, get yours today, to persuade readers. And also in advertisement, they also have persuasive phrases such as best in town or limited edition, or maybe some others to encourage customer interest. So I want the students would be able to know the language features of the advertisement text. And then I want them to able write and design a simple advertisement poster in groups in a digital tool. So I don't only want them to make advertisement poster just to write on the paper. I want them to use digital tools as well, because this is digital era. So I want them to use some digital tool like Canva or some others. So I want them to collaborate in small group to write an advertisement text based on the features and structure they have learned before. And then I want the students use the appropriate language to make the advertisement poster, such as they have to know how to persuade in the poster, and then how to use the vocabulary in correct way. And then I want them to make the poster with the positive adjectives and imperative features. And then I want them to design a poster using a digital tool. That's the important thing. They can use Canva like I said earlier, or maybe another platform they have familiar with. It doesn't matter. And then I want them to ensure the poster is aesthetically appealing, clear, and effectively communicates the product or service they're advertising well. So I want them to make it perfect and interestingly. Next, in the TPACK framework application, so TPACK divided into three: technology or TK, and the pedagogy or PK, and then content or CK. So in technology, I use Canva. Well, Canva is a user-friendly graphic design tool for students to create their advertisement posters with visuals, colors, and layouts. So I also use Microsoft Word for students to collaboratively write and edit the advertisement text in the real time so they can work collaboratively. And then for the pedagogy or PK, I applied cooperative learning because I want them to make a group where students work in small groups, shared ideas, and completed tasks together. And I also use a project-based learning where students work a meaningful and creative task like designing an advertisement posters in a digital tool. And then for the content, I focus on advertisement text, specifically their structure, such as headline, body, call to action, and also the language features. They have to know about the adjective, imperatives, and also persuasive expressions. So the students not only learn to identify these elements in sample text, but also apply them in their own writing and presentations. Next is SAMR model mapping. So as we all know that SAMR stands for substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. So it is a model used to describe how technology is integrated into teaching, from basic replacement to creating entirely new learning experiences. So here's how each level applies in my lesson plan. First is substitutions. So we all know that substitution is where technology is used as a direct replacement for traditional tools with no functional change. So here I use Microsoft Word for writing advertisement text. So this replaces handwritten writing, but the task itself remains the same. So I choose to wear Microsoft Word. And then for the augmentation, is where the technology still replaces traditional tools but with functional improvements. So here I use Canva to design digital posters. It not only replaces paper but also adds design features like templates, colors, and images that enhance the task. And then for the modifications, that we all know that modification where technology significantly redesigns the task and changes how it is performed. So here I used Microsoft PowerPoint to support their presentations with visuals and animations. And I hope that it will enhance the delivery and making it more dynamic than traditional speaking. Next is redefinition. As we all know that redefinition where technology allows for completely new tasks that were previously impossible without it. So here I'm using Google Forms for peer voting. As I said earlier that I want the students to vote for the best group. So here I want them to use Google Form for peer voting. So this created an interactive and anonymous assessment activity that adds engagement and participation, which can't be done easily in the paper-based setting. So I choose Google Form from it. Next is LMS integration. So in this lesson, I use Google Classroom as the learning management system to manage the learning process, to distribute materials, and to support their activity. So here's how Google Classroom was integrated into the lesson that I was planning. So the first thing that I need to do is upload the materials, samples, and rubrics to the Google Classroom. So I uploaded learning materials such as the example of advertisements and then instructional videos and also assessment rubrics. So I want them to know that what will I assess from their works. So this will help students to understand what is expected and how their work will be evaluated. And then after that, I want to post instructions and submission tasks. So I want to give them instructions about what will they do. So a clear task, instructions, and deadlines were shared through Google Classroom. So the students will be able to know when and where they submit their task into the Google Classroom, and then provide feedback. So I will also provide the feedback from the Google Classroom, not only on the class, but also from Google Classroom. So I provided formative feedback directly through the comment section in the Google Classroom for each group assignment. So this included suggestions for improving poster design and then language use and presentation skills. So the feedback was visible to the group members and allowed them to revise their work before the presentation. Next, I will allow students to ask questions and engage in discussion in Google Classroom. So the class comment section in each assignment allows students to ask for clarifications, suggest ideas, or interact with peers and the teacher. And next, technology categories used. So in this lesson plan, I use several technology categories such as word processing, multimedia, data collection, and presentations. So in word processing, I use Microsoft Word. It is used to draft and edit advertisement text collaboratively. And then for multimedia, I use Canva to design engaging and professional looking digital posters for the students. And then for the data collections, I use Google Forms to vote the peer voting and to collect a peer voting results on group presentations. And for the presentations, I use Microsoft PowerPoint. So it's optional tool for supporting visuals during group presentations. And then for the conclusion and reflections, so this lesson plan is effectively integrate language learning with the use of digital tools to promote students' engagement, creativity, and collaboration. Through the task of creating and presenting advertisement posters, students were able to apply their understanding of text structure and persuasive language in an authentic and interactive way. The combination of Microsoft Word, Canva, and Microsoft PowerPoint allowed students to write collaboratively, design visually appealing posters, and enhance their oral presentations. So additionally, the use of Google Forms for peer voting introduced an element of interactive assessment, giving students a sense of participation and recognition. And using Google Classroom as the central LMS supported the organization of the lesson by facilitating access to the materials, managing submissions, enabling discussions, and allowing timely and targeted feedback. One notable strength of the lesson was its ability to cater to multiple learning styles, visual, verbal, and interpersonal, making it inclusive and student-centered. A challenge faced was the variation in students' familiarity with digital tools. However, this was mitigated by group collaboration, so where stronger students assisted their peers. So overall, this lesson not only helps students to improve their English language skills, but also develop essential 21st century competencies such as digital literacy, communication, and critical thinking. It is a practical and adaptable plan that could be successfully implemented in real classrooms to create an engaging, technology-enhanced language learning environment. Alright, maybe that's all that I could explain about my lesson plan. If there is some mistake in my words, I sincerely apologize. And I hope it will be beneficial for all of us. And thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.